So you also do coaching with me on Mondays from all the, from the time that your fellows go out and present the material, my flyer, my business card, and then they collect the cards. You phone Mondays and we review every single customer. I think that's brilliant. So explain that process a little bit for me.
Yeah, what happens on the initial call report, Rick, is that as you say, we'll send you a copy of the report all written out. And even before that's done, if we get an immediate buying signal, when we're in the field about somebody that wants interest in what you're doing, we will get a hold of you on the phone right away and say, hey, we got Mr. Jones over here at ABC Widget Manufacturing, and he's interested in a video. Well, we'll call you right away. We're not going to let that sit. That's what we call a buying signal.
Yeah.
And you act quickly on buying signals, right?
Yes.
That doesn't happen an awful lot, but it's nice when it does. What we'll do after we finish the calls in a specific week, for example, if we made the calls for you today, then you'd get a call report emailed to you along with the collected business cards on Monday morning. The initial one, I go over it with you, okay, to show you what to do and how to do it, what to say and how to say it on the follow-up side, and then you'll get a report from us. When you get them, you're obliged through our programs to follow up within 5 business days.
Sure.
So it stays fresh in the minds of the people we contacted.
Sure.
This is common sense again, right?
Absolutely.
But we coach you on that kind of stuff. So when we go out and do our marketing and business development for you, you will get a completed report in your inbox, emailed to you every Monday morning so that you can act on the follow-ups quickly and maximize your opportunity. So that's part of the service we provide, right? The other thing too, let's say that you don't feel that what you're doing on your script template is not resonating properly. You give me a call and we'll write another one, or I'll give you some ideas. How many times have you tried to sell something in the newspaper, for example, you don't get any calls and then you change the words around and the calls come in?
Yeah, boom, all of a sudden
right?
magic happens.
It's the same thing, it's just different words. So what we do is failure is not an option, Rick, is what I'm saying here. We find a different way to get the message across, to get the results that you need, right? The stronger your follow-up techniques are and the more dedicated you are to that, the more business you stand to get.
Perfect.
It's really quite a simple strategy.
And I can't believe that more businesses don't do this. I mean, you're unique in the field, though. You really are. Your concept and your company. I haven't come across anybody that goes out and says, we'll take care of the business-to-business contact for you. I mean, that just doesn't happen anymore. The business owners are left out there to their own devices, and that's usually where they fall miserably short, right?
No, you're right. What happens is, let's be honest, the small business owners, a lot of hats to wear. Yeah. They got to get their government reports in, their GST in on time, and, their payroll done and things like that. They don't have enough time to do the most important thing of all, which is strategies to get new clients.
Yeah.
Initiate that. So we provide a cost-effective way of getting them their message out to their target market. We do the legwork. We give them the result of that legwork written. They follow up, and the opportunity for more customers is more prevalent. They're in the store reeling it in, and that's what we want to have.
Yeah.
Right? Absolutely. On key accounts, we'll coach them. Well, if there's a fellow that's looking at what you're selling, and he's got 5 locations, or she's got 5 locations, well, that's key account territory.
You bet.
So what we do is recommend you go and take that person for lunch because it's a key account opportunity. In most cases, you can invite them to your store. I know in some of the consultation you and I have had, Rick, I've said to you that invite people to your studio because they can taste it.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as buying a car. Most people are not going to buy a car until they test drive it.
Exactly right.
Right?
Exactly.
So get them to test drive it, and the opportunity to get more sales is prevalent from that, obviously.
So it's a wonderful, magical, step-by-step staging to give the end result of a really good experience to the customer. Always.
Absolutely.
Always.
Yep.
We're in the service bit. No matter where you go, no matter what you do, sales is always about service, yeah?
It's always about service, and people do business with people they know, like, and trust. That's the way it is. So you have to garner that trust. You have to have a good initial feeling, and you take it a little bit farther, and then it just sort of automatically happens. There's an old saying, when you hit it off with somebody, You know what I mean? Everybody knows what I mean when I say that.
Yeah.
It's just a feeling that you have. But this can happen the other way too.
Oh, sure it can.
You know, it's happened to me before, and it happens. I've just learned in my old age to not get into those kinds of situations. So trust your gut. If you're about to enter into something and for some reason it just doesn't quite feel right, sometimes the best decision you made that day is not to take that
Just
on.
to walk away. Yeah.
Walk away and go with somebody that you have a good feeling about.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just a gut feeling thing.
Yeah. No,
And it
I don't
does
blame
work.
you. Oh, absolutely, all the time. I've
Yeah.
never seen it not work.
Yeah.
I've had terrible times when I've gone against my gut feeling, and I think, oh man, what a freaking disaster what a train wreck that was. You know, seriously.
No, I know. And every time, I'm thinking back on it now, I don't ever put myself in the position anymore with that. But you know what? Every time I've gone against my gut feeling, it's bit me in the rear end.
Yeah, yeah.
It has in one way or
Every single
another.
time.
And I knocked myself for it. And I wasn't going to do that, and I did, and I shouldn't have. And
It's the intuitiveness, isn't
that's
it?
right.